Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer courtesy of Firestone Walker. I just came back from Firestone Invitational. Had the day off, thankfully, just a day to like unwind. So I thought, why not? It's early enough. I could probably enjoy a little bit of this. So this is Firestone Walker's 30th anniversary ale. Awesome. 2026 vintage, celebrating 30 years. This is the 21st edition of this anniversary beer. If you want to skip ahead to the review, please do. I'm going to tell you what's in this. There's a whole to-do. So there's a bunch of words about like the history of the brewery, Matt Brindleson's words. Don't have time to read that for you guys. I do have some tasting notes from the blend, about the blend and the beer, so I'm going to dig into that after the review. But what's in here? So, a third of it is Tonne Troll, which is a Lervik Swedish brewery collaboration, which is an imperial stout in Peaksville rye whiskey barrels, so bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. Then you get 12% of Sticky Monkey, which is their barrel aged quad. 21% of that is the part of the blend. 11% of Velvet Merkin, barrel aged milk stout. 11% of Eldorado, which is barrel aged blonde barley wine. 11% of their barrel aged special bitter DDBA. Bravo, which is their imperial brown ale. 11% of that's bourbon barrel aged. And then just 2% of Parabola, so a very low percent of Parabola, one of their OGs. So let's dig into this guy. Matt had some specific notes on this. So again, I'm trying to like read this stuff, but like not also focusing on adjectives and tasting notes. So I'm like skipping through, but there you go. He recommends this at 55 degrees in a wine glass or tulip half filled. So I do not have this that chilled, and obviously have a tulip going. Half filled. He says half filled. Okay. That's about right. That is pretty warm. I usually start my beers a little bit colder than this, but let's check it out. Beer comes a really beautiful kind of like blackish, dark brown color. I'd say it's maybe pretty much leaning on black, especially with that head there. Despite blending with a bunch of non-specifically like dark black beers, it does mostly represent stout, I guess. I mean, what's the majority? It's sorry, stouts into quad into stouts into barley wine. It does have a little brownish hue to it, but nice medium to deep brown head on that. Oh, that's awesome. Very stickily sweet and dark fruit forward. So I get dried raisins, figs, prunes, plums, very dark fruit. Very spirit forward too, but like I wouldn't have guessed it was bourbon, so much bourbon barrel action. It almost has this a little bit of with the dark fruit, like sherry cask or port or something, or wine cask, right? Something where there's like more complexity of like dark fruit character and that edge of barrel complexity than just straight bourbon. But yeah, and honestly, the quad is very strong on this one. The quad is like 20%. But it smells like, has a little bit of that phenolic and the banana, a little bit of that going on. Nice, beautiful kind of chocolate flavors, toasted almonds, like nice barrel complexity in there. Jeez, it smells awesome. Oh, I do have this warm. I might chill this a little bit more. 55 maybe. I don't have a thermometer, but this is about the warmer end of. This is about where I would like the beer to be at this portion of the. But I'll throw it back in the fridge. This is still very good. Dang, that is good. Up front, chocolatey. So definitely more stout forward than I was smelling. Chocolate. It's a nice bitterness, almost like a light licorice, molasses tone to it too. Tons of dark fruit riding throughout this, like dark cherries, cherry pie, maraschino old-fashioned cherries, plums, figs, marshmallow, booze, 12%, right? And that's kind of like a warming, a bourbon heat character to it, but not overpowering. Wow. It's a generally sweet beer, I would say. Yeah. It leans more towards sweeter end than drier traditional continental European barrel aged stouts or stouts in general. But wow, tons of just like Werther's, caramel, lingering, big caramel, candied characteristics. Yeah, super caramelly, almost like leaning on maple syrup. That kind of like sticky sweetness, brown sugar for days. And then just a little bit of that kind of like quad phenolic in there, a little bit of that banana, really nice, quite fun. A little bit of that kind of clove spiciness. Wow. That's good. And then you get this, so that's where the caramel complexity plays with that kind of really beautiful kind of like cappuccino, sweet coffee, chocolate flavor, mocha. And the barrel's all there, just like rounding it all out with the booze in there. That's really good. And then lingering more and more dark fruit. Yeah. What do they go on this one? So, let's just dig into the. So he calls it dark mahogany, light off-tan foam, initial aromas, rich malt, toffee, toast coconut, spirit barrel, vanilla lactones, black cherry, char. Pretty good, I agree. First sips, toffee, nutty marzipan, spot on. Then a few sips deliver almond joy, okay? Then chocolate covered almonds and coconut with their ever-present toffee in the middle. Yeah, that's what that sweetness I'm talking about. Definitely tons of toffee. Bit of Heath bar, fudgy brownie batter, yep. Supported by beautiful Madagascar vanilla barrel notes with tobacco and cedar. Yeah, I can see that woodiness, tobacco and cedar, yeah. And then even get a touch of sea salty brine on the finish. I can see that. You know, one of those like chocolate truffle thingies where they sprinkle a bit of dark, like mulled on chunky salt on there. Why is there a savoriness to this beer? This is very interesting. I love the balance and texture of this year's blend. So soft and complex. Yeah, that is killer. I mean, it's very, very, very good. It's not exactly. I mean, that's really good. I will say I did have a private press beer yesterday that probably impressed me a little bit more. That's whatever. This beer is fantastic. 97 plus, 97. Well, let's think it even better. Come on. 97 plus. That is just a freaking beautifully blended barrel aged beer. I love the fact that it's just not straight stout. Obviously, like that's their goal of the blend. I've had beers where they're a little bit more brown. I like when they lean a little bit more stout. I like that combination of like stout and brownness combination. So for them, it's going to be barley wine, quad, brown ale, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, I do like that kind of like darker barley wine thing. And this sort of plays in that realm with also some like good amount of stout character too. So it's mostly stout with that combination of some quad, brown ale, barley wine, and then, you know, obviously the other components and stuff. But like beautiful blend. This is I was never always the biggest. Well, no. I always enjoy the series, but this is a fantastic one. Dare I say the best? Who knows? 97 plus. Love it. Cheers. Thank you so much, Firestone, for flying me out. That was awesome. Awesome fun trip. Really nice to celebrate this. Sort of close off the cap of my trip and then back to the real world tomorrow. So cheers later.